Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and today we genuinely have a sizzler of a controversy. Now, what has happened is Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has come out to clarify about the different slabs of taxes on GST on your favorite popcorn, and it has sparked a massive outrage amongst citizens, with many reacting to the news with memes. Finance Minister, during the last GST Council meeting, gave a clarification on the different GST rates on popcorn. She said that ready-to-eat popcorn with salt and spices attracts 5% GST, while the same thing pre-packaged and pre-labeled attracts 12% GST, as it is considered a namkeen. However, the same popcorn, when turned caramelized by adding sugar, attracts 18% GST, as it becomes a sugar confectionery. Since the flavor and ingredients change, the character of the tax slabs also changes.
पॉपकॉर्न का ट्रीटमेंट में जब तक वो नमकीन है, सॉल्टेड है, मसाला एडेड है, चटपटा मसाला है, चिली पाउडर है, कुछ हो, वो सब 5%, am I right? 5%. But when it has added caramelized sugar, it is no longer namkeen. इसीलिए उसका रेट अलग है.
Now, economists as well as those in the opposition are criticizing this decision. Congress party netas have in fact taken to reviving the Gabbar Singh tax bar.
It's taken a genius to complicate popcorn, and we must, instead of the GST in the G, now it stands for gobbledygook, as far as I'm concerned.
Modi government is taxing each and everything for all the eatables. You have popcorn with salt at 5% GST, popcorn which is packaged is 12% GST, popcorn with caramel is 18% GST. So one popcorn is categorized in 3 stages and different tax is applicable. And how is it a simple tax? It's the most complicated tax, designed to fleece the people, designed to loot the people. So it is the Gabbar Singh tax. The people of the country, and they will definitely teach Modi government a befitting lesson in coming days.
Here is how the BJP is defending this decision.
क्यों नहीं लगाना चाहिए? और जो विरोध कर रहे हैं उनसे पूछो कि अपने राज्य के अंदर जीएसटी कम करेंगे वो? केंद्र में जाके अलग राजनीति करते हैं, राज्य के अंदर जो राजनीति करते हैं राज्य के अनुसार करते हैं, जीएसटी बढ़ता है उसके लिए कुछ नहीं बोलते क्योंकि उनको कमाई होती है. जो लोग क्रीमी लेयर के ऊपर जाकर आने को अनेक तरीके से कोई भी उपयोग करते हैं तो उनका देश में भी भागीदारी बनती है कि देश के विकास में भी काम दे.
Joining me now on the broadcast is Gopal Krishna Agarwal, national spokesperson of the BJP, Vijay Sardana, senior economist, and Imran Ahmed Ali, who is a lawyer and a political analyst. Pehla sawal, Gopal Krishna Agarwal ji, why are you after our simple popcorn? थोड़े से तो pleasures बचे हैं life में.
देखिए, we have to understand that when the ingredients are same and the finished products are different because of different processing, and the finished products are attracting different GST rate, so that's only a clarification.
Sir, but a popcorn is a popcorn is a popcorn. It's the same corn that is being popped.
It was answered to a query, and when GST Council, what is GST Council? It is a federal structure where all the states come together and put up their requirement, assessment of opinion, etc., and then you have to clarify them. If in the end product is different and ingredients are same, end product is attracting different GST so rate, so that is only it's nothing. It's not a complication that the people are trying to make out. It is for all the product. If there is a steel and you are making a car, it's a different GST. If you're making something different on the process, some parts are made. And there is a complete input tax credit structure. Whatever GST you are inputting, you get a credit for that. So these are complicated tax compliances requirements. Are
exactly.
There.
Why is it complicated? Wasn't GST marketed as good and simple tax? Wasn't that the whole premise? It doesn't seem to be simple to me at all as a consumer.
No, but if you look into isolatedly, you can discuss on this popcorn. But the thing is that it can be talked about everything. There are different end products which move through different processes. It's only, that's fine that it's on the popcorn, it's a simple process, but there are complicated processes. The GST is a structured law which will put the structure on every process. And in that process, there are some complications arising to one particular thing. The clarification is there to reply to the query. But ultimately, GST Council is where states and the center come together. It's a federal structure. They take decision based on that. And if there are complications arising on particular cases or anything, the rule under the rules, they are clarified. So,
okay, Imran Ahmed Ali, the argument is that these rules were always there. It's just a clarification, and also opposition rule states are also part of the committees, the panels, the discussions in the council meetings. Why don't they raise their objections inside the meetings, or have they?
And this way you cannot run a tax structure.
You know, I'll tell you, see, this is an issue which I particularly feel very... So, you know, this is one issue that I feel very strongly about, because I'm somebody who really likes my caramel popcorn. But that being said, we need to understand the fact that this brings to light how complicated the whole structure is. Now, when you say that you're going to tax the same product, I disagree with my co-panelist who said that the end product is different. I'm sorry, this is not the end product. The end product is popcorn. However, the difference is in flavor. When you are bringing about such complexities and you say 5%, 12%, 18%, there are flavors which are salted and caramelized at the same time. Now make a 15% for that also, because it is half of both. So my purpose is not only to, you know, make fun of the issue and say, oh, it's just, we need to understand that if such a simple thing like popcorn is going to have 3 different slab rates, you are complicating the tax structure, and this will further burden, you know, the common populace. If popcorn has to have 3 different slabs, I don't know about other complex issues. I'm drinking a bottle of water. Next, you will tell me that this bottle pH value of this is higher, so this will be higher. pH value of this is lower, so it will be lower. I mean, these are things that the government needs to understand, that do not take as criticism. When you are getting selective feedback, where you have complicated an issue, take ahead everyone's opinion and come to a proper solution. And you know, I also feel that taxing, now a clarification was sought in which it was said that this is confectionery. I'm sorry, this is not confectionery. You go to a halwai shop,
No, but
you will not find popcorn lying next to a laddu or a barfi. The
tell me
end
this,
product
Vijay
is still
Sadana,
popcorn.
as an economist, do you also have similar confusion about this tax structure as perhaps a layman would have? Or do you think it is simple, it is complicated because, you know, we as common people do not understand the economics?
First of all, good evening to you, fellow panelists and the viewers. See, my concern is much serious than what we are discussing. If today I am doing a popcorn business, I can put up a thela on the roadside and I can put anything and start my popcorn business maybe with 500 rupees. And alone I can do. Government of India is saying कि bring investments in agro processing. Now I want to create a value added popcorn, whether it is salted or sweet, depending on my customer requirement. I will invest in that. I will hire a few more people. I want to do it in much more hygienic way, because there is a lot of dust on the roadside. I don't want to feed the dust to the people. So I will do pre-packing, make it hygienic with a value added either salt or sweet. Minute I want to do the better product quality in the country, you want to tax me more. So this is what I am saying, a very funny approach in the taxation system in India, that all loose, dirty, adulterated products are tax-free. Minute I try to make it hygienic, safe, value added, give comfort and confidence by putting my label on it, you say I will tax you from 12 to 18%.
But Mr. Ali, is it or is it not true that unlike what happens in, let's say, Parliament, where, you know, majority rules the roost, in GST Council decisions are taken by consensus, and there are, you know, leaders from the opposition parties as well. There are representatives from the opposition parties as well, whether it is the finance ministers or the CST commissioners, who are part of these meetings, who can make their voices heard. Do you think they are doing enough to stall such decisions that they later publicly object to?
to whom you're asking?
You, sir.
Okay. I'm saying very simple thing. See, you have to understand what is the overall objective of the government economic policy. You want investments, you want value addition, you want employment generation. If any entrepreneur is taking that risk and want to do these activities in the interest of society and economy, why you want to tax them heavily? Because difference is not minor. 5% and 18%.
Yes.
It is almost more than 3 times.
So,
Who will invest? Tell me very honestly, as an entrepreneur, should I invest in popcorn business? I know it is a opportunity, but I will prefer to provide unhygienic, dusty product to the consumer just because it is tax-free.
Mr. Agarwal.
It is very funny thing that we are taxing hygiene in this country.
This is not a law. It is a clarification on the opinion of what is based on the end product. And I also...
But sir, even if it is an existing law, the question still remains. Why is it so complicated?
It is, the tax structure is always a complicated matter. Globally, if you see the maximum litigation based on difference of opinion. But what I want to tell you is that if somebody wants a clarification or forward movement, then ultimately it can be done by the government. But this is for the GST Council. It is not for the central government to decide on the things. GST Council takes the decision.
So, yes. So Imran Ali, the fitment committee that Nirmala Sitharaman earlier mentioned while giving her clarification about the tax slabs, also has representatives from opposition states. I could count at least 3 opposition ruled states there. There is a commissioner of state tax from Karnataka, who happens to be the co-convener of this committee, by the way. There is a CST from Tamil Nadu as well as West Bengal. Could they have stalled this decision? Could they have perhaps, if it is not a new decision, which we know it is not, they could have asked government to make amends to it?
It is a clarification on what...
Yes, yes. Let Mr. Ali answer. If the opposition representatives wanted, could they have stopped it? Could they have made amends to it?
So if you ask me the specific whether they could have raised the issue, yes, they could have raised the issue. However, the deciding of the issue will purely depend on the majority number of votes. Now, why this is important as of date, and because we are 40 days away from the union budget. These issues, if not highlighted now before the union budget, when is the time period to highlight it? And yes, there is a difference between 5% unpackaged, unlabeled versus packaged at 12 and 18. My only problem is the ambiguity on the flavor. 12%, 80%, both packaged, both labeled. However, the difference in salt and caramelized. And I feel another issue. I feel that this is the selective anti-younger population mindset that, oh, younger person can eat sugar, tax them high.
Mr. Vijay Sadana, quick answer. Do you think it is a selective mindset or do you think it is a selectivity on the part of the opposition leaders who would make a lot of hue and cry outside but would not do what they can do inside these GST meetings? Quick answer, sir. 10 seconds.
See, Honorable Minister is clear in clarification, but I am asking the fundamental issue. Why you want to tax hygiene in this country? Why you want to tax good quality when somebody wants to offer, you want to tax it
There seems to be nothing simple about this goods and services tax and the slabs that have been created. Thank you, gentlemen, for helping us a little bit to understand what exactly it entails. We take a very quick break.